Round 2 of the 2023 Motorsport UK British Rallycross Championship Five Nations Trophy is held here at Lydden Hill, and it is the junior final here today. Tyler McAlpin, Will Ovenden, the winners from their respective semi-finals just a few minutes ago, start on the front row of the grid. Alongside them on the outside is Teague Ratton, Corey Paget and Ryan Smith on row 2. Let's get ready to go racing then. Revs are rising, eyes on the left-hand side of the screen. Green light's about to come on, green light and go. Good start from Will Ovenden, not bad from Ratton on the outside. Bit more wheel spin for McAlpin from pole position, could compromise him down towards the first corner. Side by side with McAlpin versus Ovenden then. Ratton held all to dry on the outside there, and that means that Paget comes through, and likewise Ryan Smith fancying a bite at the cherry there for that position as well. So McAlpin leads from Ovenden, from Corey Paget, then it's Ryan Smith, then it's Teague Ratton demoted back down into 5th place as the drivers come across the jump for the first time and down into the Devil's Elbow. So McAlpin leads the way, but Paget under all sorts of pressure here from Ryan Smith. Through the left-hander we go. Paget's out wide onto the dusty parts of the track, and they go 2 by 2 up to the top of the hill then. So into the North Bend, it's McAlpin, Ovenden, who's in 3rd place though. Paget still on the inside. On the outside there is Ryan Smith. Ratton then is going to try and get involved here, so Teague Ratton could be potentially set to try and challenge for position, but I think one of these three drivers is going to go Joker to get out of traffic at the end of this lap. Yeah, indeed they do. So Ratton into the Joker at the end of lap 1. So now that just means that Paget has got to deal with Ryan Smith as they come across the timing line. The top two here of McAlpin and Ovenden have already got a bit of daylight between themselves and this continuing battle for 3rd position. As they come through Talladega, you can see how horribly muddy and boggy it is on the outside of the dirt there. Bit of contact here as Corey Paget struggles to get the power down. That could be the opening that Ryan Smith leaves, and indeed he makes his way through over the jump. That was an inspired piece of driving there for Ryan Smith, and Paget back up the inside immediately into the next left-hander. Contact between the two drivers, and Paget muscles his way back past. This is absolutely fantastic. Holly Woolley keeping a watching brief on proceedings now in the navy blue machine. She's caught right up to the back of this dueling duo as they go through the North Bend and on the run down in towards the bottom part of the circuit. Here meanwhile is your race leader Tyler McAlpin, followed by Will Ovenden, who had a very fraught day for round 1. Into the Joker goes Ryan Smith at the end of this lap then. He wants to try and get a bit of clear air. I think that might be the 444 who's following through. Yeah, Benjamin Bartlett also going through into that Joker and emerging just behind the number 59 of Holly Woolley. In fact it is, yeah, just behind Holly Woolley there. So there is Holly, and they continue on. In fact, it's Ben Crossley who's just in front of him. Sorry, they've got very similar numbers on their machines. So it is Holly Woolley, in fact, who is now right behind Corey Paget. So through the left-hander we go. There is Benjamin Bartlett, who we just saw making the Joker a couple of moments ago. There is Tyler McAlpin, still with Will Ovenden, breathing down his neck and trying to close up that gap, but I think it's going to have to come down to the Joker to see whether he can use the undercuts. Will's not had as much seat time as he would like here this weekend. He goes into the Joker then at the end of this lap. McAlpin continues on the normal lap. Now this is where Will Ovenden needs to drive the lap of his life to try and get the undercut and use it as effectively as he possibly can, but the question remains as to if he has got the pace to be able to do that, because McAlpin is driving superbly. Here comes Corey Paget under pressure now then from Ratton. So Ratton now back through ahead of Paget, so that undercut worked absolutely beautifully for Teague Ratton, but Paget leans on Ratton through the right-hander of Talladega as they go side by side. There's a bit of hip and shoulder between the two. Are they both going to make it through? Off onto the grass for Ratton, and having to avoid the jump and take evasive action there as well. So Ryan Smith also managing to take advantage of that and gain a position. So drama here then already, and this is for the final spot on the podium, don't forget, between these two drivers. So Corey Paget now under pressure here between himself and Ryan Smith for that last spot on the rostrum, and as they come into the North Bend, this is going to be hugely exciting. Both drivers, to remind you, have already made their Joker lap here then in this race, and as they come down in towards Paddock Bend, using that painted curb to maximise the angle of the corner and carry as much speed through this bottom bend as they can. And Smith is really putting the pressure here on Corey Paget as they come across the timing line in towards Talladega we go. It's so much one at a time through here because of the way that the dirt has accumulated following the earlier rain we've had on here today. You can see how slick it is going into the Devil's Elbow, especially all that mud and dirt and gravel being pulled off of the jump and onto the racing line. And this is where Smith has been so strong throughout the entirety of this race. as we come through to the Devil's Elbow. He gets it all crossed up though as he gets a bit of gravel underneath his tyres, loses grip, and subsequently he's going to lose a bit of momentum, and that could be a very costly mistake there for Ryan Smith. It might allow Teague Ratton to come back into play here quite possibly as well, because he is not far adrift of this action that is unfolding in front of him. It does just allow a tiny bit of breathing room then here for Corey Paget, just a couple of car lengths or so as we start the final lap in this race. So through across the timing line, this battle for the final podium place is not over between Paget and Ryan Smith. Down into Talladega for the first time we go. Paget hooks the inside line really nicely through there. Ryan Smith trying to get his elbows out, trying to use that more momentum he's got. Teague Ratton ready to try and join the party here as well if anything comes a cropper between these two drivers. Over the jump we go for the last time. This is where Smith has been so committed. He's got great momentum into the Devil's Elbow, and Corey Paget off onto the dirt, but in the wrong part of the track there is Ryan Smith. He's not going to have the momentum surely to be able to use it. He goes to the outside line. They're going to go side by side up the top of the hill as we come down in towards the bottom bend with the race leader Tyler McAlpin jokering on the final lap. This has been an absolutely superb drive for Tyler McAlpin to take the win surely in the Junior Rallycross Championship final. Will Ovenden so close, but it's not close enough, and here in the battle for the final podium places, Corey Paget is going to come through Paddock Bend and across the line to take a brilliant third place finish from Ryan Smith and Teague Ratton. What an emphatic finish in the Junior Rallycross Championship then. Absolutely superb. Benjamin Bartlett comes over the timing line just behind Holly Woolley there and takes the checkered flag. But what an absolutely superb drive it was from Tyler McAlpin to finish ahead of Will Ovenden, and a great duel to the finish for the final podium spots with Corey Paget emerging on top.